even though you kind of had to dodge around that cameraman, didn't you?
Welcome to the Brain Lady Podcast with your host, Karen D. Wood, the resident brainiac. Get ready for a mind-expanding journey as we unravel the mysteries of the brain from Notes from the Couch. Join us as we delve into the complexities and wonders of this enigmatic supercomputer. Fasten your mental seatbelts and prepare to have your synapses fired up. Welcome to the captivating world of the Brain Lady Podcast.
Welcome back. My name is Karen D. Wood. I'm a licensed clinical social worker, and this is the podcast, The Brain Lady Notes from the Couch. We started it because people say, hey, what do people say in the therapy room? So we decided to pick things that people say and show you what a session's like. So today we're doing something really special. This is part 2 of, I need some background music, part 2 of This Is My Favorite Client. So actually I have 2 favorite clients in here today. These are the Vargas brothers. And we've been working for a little more than a year, and you guys have been doing so well. And in part 1, they were very, very brave in sharing with us their brain processing of some spectrum issues, I don't like the word disorder. So we just call it the spectrum now, which I really appreciate.
Yes.
And we're all on it somewhere. Me with my ADHD and my dyslexia and my hyperactive. That's all in there somewhere, right? Because we were talking about noises of childhood. I can't do big concerts because of the sound and the light. So I just, actually when the last big concert I went to was at Fresno State, I went under the stairwell. And I really enjoyed Josh Groban by myself. Under the stairwell. So we're all there somewhere. So our job is to say we are learning clear thinking, how it impacts our brain, our body. And today we're going to continue part 2 of talking to the boys about what they've learned about clear thinking and how that helps in autism spectrum functioning, because they're kind of in some big phase changes in their life. We talked about that in the first one. Diego, you're about to head off to Monterey Bay in a few days. Yay.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're finishing. Yay. We're excited about that at Fresno State. And so let's keep our conversation going. We ended the last one with talking about how do you support children of autism. And you mentioned in that you're part of the foundation. So tell me about the foundation and then introduce your clips. So start with your clip. And your clip, because we had some fun with music in the last episode. So I asked the guys to send some clips of what they do.
Yes.
Nico.
All right. So actually, it's Diego. You said Nico.
I do it all the time.
It's all good.
I do it all the time.
It's not the first time it's happened.
My mom is one of 12, and whatever name you get called, you get called.
Okay. Relatable. But anyways, yes. So in this case, for me, when I was in the Dudley Junior Foundation for Autism, they asked me to play at Fenway Park, which is part of their 25th anniversary celebration.
That was huge.
Oh, huge, I would say. So I thought 30-minute set, 1 hour set, what's it going to be? And then he said, you're playing one song. Okay, this is a challenge. So overcoming that challenge, me and my brother, we came up with a modern remix rendition of Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond. So in that case, that's where all the magic happened in Fenway Park.
So we're going to play the clip. So if you're audio, just sit back and enjoy what you're hearing and watch the episode on YouTube, because it's pretty exciting to see what happened in the park.
Oh, yes.
So go ahead, Phil.
So there I am.
Who they are.
And there I am walking in slow motion.
Dramatic, cinematic.
Yes.
In the Fenway Park, it's huge.
At this time, our next star is a DJ.
Walking up the stairs.
Who will perform his own song and then host the next segment of the show. Please welcome, all the way from Fresno, California.
Hey, there I am.
NE10.
And then, when we start,
Get it moving.
pummel my fist. Let's do it.
And there's our crowd.
Oh yeah, I was up in the billboard too. And jump on the crowd. Get them going.
Get him going. And your mom said they did. They stood up and went.
Went back, made some adjustments.
Oh, you went bad.
Lift it up. Get the
How
crowd
fun.
going.
They're in there.
Oh. Those might come out.
How fun.
Here comes the build up. I come up. 1, 2, 3, jump. And up they go.
Yeah, they're
Everyone is
doing
up
it.
right now.
No, that's great. They're just had
For those
so
of
much
you who are
fun.
listening, everyone's up. But
Yep. Yep.
Man, all up in that stage, it's like, man, magical.
That must be
Yeah.
so exciting.
yes, I still feel like I'm reliving that moment, though.
There, it was a big one.
Doing that again.
So that's fun.
Oh,
Thanks
yes.
for that clip, so we can see what you were like at Fenway Park, because that was a big deal with your music.
Oh, huge.
we were
Yes.
so proud of you.
Huge, definitely. No, I really enjoyed just from that moment on. That was like the peak of moment, and it's peaked as valleys that I never thought I was gonna see. And
What a great thing to say.
and God opened that door. It was like, wow. If God could pull off so many things, and guess what? It's not impossible. It's always possible with Him.
Amen.
Nice work.
Amen.
So that was a fun clip, even though you kind of had to dodge around that cameraman, didn't you?
I kind of
You
did.
kind of did.
Out of the way, Dave. This is my moment. So I'm very, very proud of you for getting there. And so we talked musically that you're in a band locally,
Yes, I
Nico.
am.
And so we've got a clip of that for you because I thought
Oh,
you'd like to see what that looks like.
Oh, and I have another clip that is.
Oh, this is another one.
There's another one that actually is from the second Stars of the Spectrum Music Festival.
Oh, okay, great.
That was a year after.
Oh, great.
So we got that. So it's when I sung. Those of you on the audio, if you're listening, this is when I sung with headlining band Couch. If y'all have not heard of Couch, go check it out. And they were headlining for. And what was that? To give you a background of what happened.
Nice.
So I sung with them 2 songs actually. Something from the Beatles
Mhm.
and How Deep Is Your Love from the Bee Gees.
How fun.
Yes.
That would have been fun.
And that on big stage was a huge release. I could not have imagined that big
The
moment.
rush.
And I was one of the few folks that were on the Stars of the Spectrum group, singers that were invited to sing with them, because at the time, God be with her, and so hopefully she still goes on well with the rest of her way. At the time, the lead vocalist had vocal issues. She ran into them at the time.
Oh, no.
So yeah, but despite that and what happened, and we were invited to sing with Couch on stage live.
Exciting.
Yes,
Oh,
and by the time I
exciting.
got that text, I could not stop bouncing around and slipping
So
around in
exciting.
circles.
So
Yes,
exciting.
yes. I'm like, okay. Whoa. I gotta save that passage for this stage. But that was awesome.
So we got that clip, Phil?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Mm.
You like that song?
I'm just bopping my head.
Start swaying. Start swaying. There's that sound.
Ah, yes.
Well, I'm so excited you got to do that. That was
Yes.
just kind of a culmination for you of some really exciting hard work.
And
Yes.
he just stands out there in confidence, like,
He
man,
just-
look
I
at my
know.
brother go.
I know. I was thinking the same
Yes.
thing. That was his moment.
Yes. So I could not imagine that moment like in any way. God was saying, well, I want you to do this
Here
for
it is.
that moment and for that day. You're gonna have to document that in honor of my work.
Nice work.
Oh, yes.
And if
Yeah.
you missed part 1, check out part 1 because Phil, engineer here, threw them into a singing situation.
Oh my gosh.
You covered that very well.
And I want to give props to Diego right here because, he also encouraged me to show them what I got.
Nice.
Oh,
nice.
yes.
Now, you guys do a really good job of tag teaming.
Yeah.
Now, you're entering a phase of your life where you've been twins your whole life.
Oh, yes.
Since zygote phase. And now you're going to be separated.
Yes.
So what is that looking like for both of you?
Oh, man, there's some uncertainty. I will say that because I will never actually, even though I've only been to a trip one time to Atlanta, that was like last year, to go to an MTNA conference in Atlanta, Georgia. That was only like for a week. But no, I'm talking about 2 to 3 years of being away from my family. So it's a major jump.
And when you think about it, step number 1 of our clear thinking, where would you say you notice that tension?
Yeah, it's the front of the brain. It's like, oh, it's kind of pulling my head down. It's like, oh man, it's this moment. But again,
there you go. Take that good breath.
Taking deep breaths.
And what have you learned that the deep, strong breaths do for you?
It just gives the strong sense of relief. And I notice too, the shoulders come up when I notice, oh man, I'm gonna miss the family. But no, after the deep breaths, your shoulders go down.
Right.
Your shoulders go down.
Right. So good for you. That's one of the things that you do really well in is your breathing.
Oh, yes.
Nice work. And so, little brother, what are you noticing?
Oh, man. Lots of things. I felt a lot of things when he said that he got admitted to CSU Monterey Bay. And there was this one part of me that I'm so glad I got to admit it to him. I'm like, bro, when you said that you got admitted there, I have to admit it. Now that you're going to be over there in a hoodie and flip-flops, I'm kind of jealous.
Oh, come on.
I was able to control that envy. Like, okay, I'm just...
we've had nice weather in Fresno, but our early fall is coming.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, early fall. Okay, in the summer, though, that sun is not friendly at times because we're over here baking. So
and a lot of times September can say the word 110, and we're like, what are you doing?
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
And he'll be in flip-flops and...
Yeah, I mean, anyways, about that, oh God, about that separation anxiety, I would like to put it.
Good phrase.
I'm already familiar with that to an extent because way back in kindergarten, I remember that day when we were split from the special education classes to the normal classes. Yeah, but that goes to show how much I love him. So I remember going to that normal classroom over at another building in the same wing. I remember that was it. I'm not going to say what elementary school was, but I remember the first moment I got in there, I was bawling. I know
big deal to do that to a kindergartner.
I was crying, covering myself up in a red polo shirt.
Hey, history.
Red polo shirt.
Oh man, history repeats itself with a twist. But as always, you're gonna do great, bro.
No, you will too, man. But I am. But one part of me knows that to an extent. But another part of me says, "Well, at least we got smartphones. I'll be able to call him every day. I'll distract you, send more memes."
There you go. More memes flying through the airwaves.
Now I'm just having a shock face. Like, okay. Dang it.
So you guys have these wonderful ways of relating, which twins do.
Yes.
And now we're talking about this separation.
Yes.
So you said a very good phrase, separation anxiety.
Yes.
So where's one of the first places on your physical self that anxiety shows up?
That I cannot describe at first because okay, I remember when I first heard the news about that, I was all over the place, all over my head, all over my chest, and not on my, I was going to say on my legs, but that's not exactly that. But I would say like even in my back where I become stiff at that point. Not to say that is out of envy, because like I said, I did manage to control that. So by just admitting it. Okay. And that's another thing that when self-comparison, that's another story. But in terms of this situation, I was able to recognize that he'll be back. He'll be visiting at some point. So I'm like, hey, at least I'll spend
And
time.
you get
with
to
him.
go to Monterey to visit. That's not too shabby.
There you go.
That's not too shabby, but or he would visit back home.
You think he's going to come back to Fresno?
Yeah.
Come on. Come
Yeah,
on.
because we ought to visit each other. That's what siblings ought to do.
I'm not
Parents.
Come on. I'm not going to miss
Parents.
Thanksgiving or Christmas. Come on.
So good. We're recognizing what anxiety looks like.
Mhm.
One of the things you guys have done a really good job of noticing is when post-traumatic stress jumps in. So when we're feeling a separation, or we've talked about overwhelm at school.
Oh, yes.
What old things jump in, like I've told you with my kid in trouble at 16, even now, if a sheriff car pulls up next to me at a stoplight, I can go into a pretty immediate panic attack. I teach people to do this all day. Why am I doing a panic attack? Because that inner brain, that amygdala hippocampus, it doesn't know truth and time.
Yeah.
So it does not know that boy's safe, he's doing great, job's doing great. So think back. What's a thing you've been through as brothers that might come up as a post-traumatic a worry about each other, a thing you've been through together? What's a thing that might come up in the now, but you can actually say, hey, you are old. I don't need to do you. You're an old thing. Is it an old conflict you have? Is it think about, go ahead.
There were moments where even back then we would fight verbally at times. And let's admit it, that is not comfortable at all. And even though it could, study says that that arguments within siblings can strengthen the social skills, but at times I try my best not to like give him a silent treatment, even though I have at times. Is like my way of avoiding that conflict, but I can't avoid it. I can't deny it.
Nice work.
So it comes to a point where I have to simply go with that with reason, and to not let my emotions get in the way either. Yes, I'll feel them. Yes, but it's not about like it's not about getting entrenched into them. It's about going with it, but keeping balance and within reason.
Nice work.
Especially for what I've learned is, and although we had many confrontations, and over time it is not easy getting over it. It does get ugly, but at the end of the day, we just learn how to communicate better. And even though our ranks, or I guess you say our numbers, went up to like 8 or 9, but it varies on the situation.
Scale of 0 to 10, 8 or 9 is pretty big.
Even for like the little things that don't even matter.
Well, remember, that's one of the definitions of a hijack, which we talk about 0 to 10, holding my hand up in the scale.
Yeah.
The 8 is when we go stupid.
Yep.
And it's one of the definitions of a hijack is it's usually the small things.
Yeah.
That flip our lid, right? Because we're holding ourselves together for moving, for college, for all the other things. But then it's often the little thing that starts that fire.
Yes. And oftenly, like, and I have to admit, there are certain times that I would yell, but I learned to step back, reflect on the balcony. That's point of view is like, hey, what is this going to be when me and my brother are just going to be calm, collaborate, cooperate, and just be brothers again.
So you stepped on that box, that objective view, and looked at the big picture.
Yes.
That's a really good picture. I was laughing at myself thinking, when's the last time I was hijacked? On the way here, I was late getting here. We're sharing cars because my husband's car is an electric car and he doesn't like me to use it. But my son has our other car because his transmission blew out.
Oh, no.
Oh, little fact here. Oh, squirrel. How much does it cost to replace a transmission now?
I don't want to know the number.
You're old, Phil. So what's your guess?
$5.
You're not that old.
Okay. If I were to guess,
I don't know what it is, but I think every time you go to get your car fixed, it's never under $500 or maybe $450
to replace a transmission. Anything. No oil.
That's about $1,200.
No, you're really old.
Okay.
How much is it? Most people say $3,000 to $4,000.
No, really?
$12,000 to replace.
I don't fix my car. Probably that's why I don't.
That's why you don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, you know what?
So he's getting his car fixed, buying another one. Blah blah blah. So we're sharing cars. I'm late, right? So I'm running at a 6 or 7. I want to get here before you guys do, right?
Yeah.
Don't want you to come to this strange man's door and just walk in his house. And so, I had my podcast bag on, and I was closing the door behind me, and the bag got stuck. So I'm trying to get out, and I can't move.
Oh.
And I remember the small things.
Yes.
I say to an inanimate object, "You stupid thing." I'm the one that closed the door in the bag. And I had to laugh at myself, flip the door backwards, get the bag, come around.
Is that what you said?
That is all I said.
Okay,
Which, for
all
those
right,
of you
all
who know
right.
me, that is really a good thing. I've really been working on the other S word that's not stupid.
Yeah.
I did just say stupid. So there's the squirrel on the transmission. But it's the hijack. It's good to know, though. And when we talk about people on the spectrum who have these big reactions when we don't expect it, and it looks silly and small to us in the reactivity, in that brain, it's an 8 or a 9 or a 10.
Yeah.
So we have to know that it is in a hijack and it can't balance itself.
No.
We did a really good episode, I think it was 5 or 6, where we showed a clip from a lady who says, we as parents have to be the frontal lobe for our children in balancing.
Yeah,
and I think
that was
that's
good.
as we support each other on the spectrum, we have to be each other's frontal lobes. And I've seen you guys do that to each other plenty of times in sessions. Hey, think about this, try this, whatever we're dealing with, right?
Yeah.
So now you just heard me start to stutter. So that's my tension, right? So now I'm just going to ask myself, is because I told a stupid story of myself, or is that because I'm worried about you guys somehow? So I'm checking in with the physical thing, which was the stutter, right? So that's a slowdown.
Yeah.
So that's because I'm concerned that I was talking too long. Okay, I just found it.
That's
So let's get back to you guys. Because we've only got a few more minutes. I feel like we could do 5 of these. Go ahead.
Honestly, so you might step in actually kind of relating to kind of like post-stress or in any other way. And as a performer, actually, I mentioned I'm a DJ, audio engineer, and a producer. So all these things go hand in hand.
Yes.
But of course, actually following up as to what Nico was doing with Couch, actually, this was earlier in that same performance in Quincy, Massachusetts. That was in 2024. So I was assigned to DJ. I was kind of like first 30 minutes of myself plus another 4.5 hours of doing backing tracks, basically backing up for performers.
Wow.
So, and that result, that means like it has to be a consistent time frame. And of course, the night before I prepare myself an Excel spreadsheet. That's how I want to. That's how I want to get it. Yes, preparation is key, and I understand that. But there are some times that some things will fail. But luckily, only one time has. Actually, no, 2 times. Something has gone awry. So, like for example, like I'm not going to mention names, but let's say one particular artist, but particularly is supposed to have 2 songs.
Okay.
But apparently there's 3.
Oh, yeah.
So, where's the third? There's my nose kind of sticking out. It's like, oh no. Take another deep breath. Do another deep breath.
Nice work. Good example.
I catch myself. But even though on stage it doesn't look good, even though on that, I've learned the hard way. But what matters is that you keep pushing forward, move forward, and by that point, I found the third track. Okay, this is it. Go. Let's go.
Nice work.
So then it's when the opposite happened on the next artist. She ends up coming up and supposed to do 2 tracks, but then I actually added a third unintentionally.
Oh.
So I thought that was in the order. It was on the timesheet. But luckily, this is the thing. I try to keep things in order because they said early, like kind of pre-performances, that there's going to be certain artists that are going to be cut because of time limits.
Got it.
But luckily, thank God, we were all on time. We're all early.
Nice.
So that means everyone had a chance. So that's like a huge bonus.
But you can hear the post-traumatic stuff in there. If I'm to that bad situation where it was bad before and now the bad is here again,
yes,
I'm going to act like that last point. We call that the set point of reactivity. My brain is designed to go back to that last place and start up from there. We talk about it being a beautiful design because something in us needs to know that the rattlesnake is bad.
Yes.
It's got to remember. Have you ever seen a rattlesnake? Either one of you?
Not in real life.
No, but if you were walking on a path, what number would you go to if you heard a rattlesnake?
Okay. Oh, if I had to say, at least in a 7. But of course, I know there's danger right there. But it's a matter of keeping still.
So you
a matter
pulled
of
up
keeping
another
still.
wisdom part of your brain, but you still got this danger reactivity of 7. I've got to
Yeah.
get out of here, right?
Yeah, the tension it goes up like in the frontal lobe
Yes.
and back here.
In the back lobe.
In the back here. So that's what I'm saying, because like in the back here, it's kind of like my spines are pretty much.
It's got to get you out of there. It's ready to go.
Yeah, so
right?
it's more like, okay, I don't want I gotta protect my soul right here. So I don't want my soul to leave my body. So
Nice work.
if it does scare
So
me like that,
It's this automatic reaction we have. And for
Yes.
each of us to learn what our automatic reaction is our healing point, right?
Oh, yeah.
That yes, I am that upset, but I don't need to be.
Mm.
So good for you.
Yes.
So we've got 5 minutes left. Anything else you wanted to share with us?
Oh man. If there's something that me and my brother we commonly shared, yes, it is musical experience. But over time, like I know like I mentioned about DJing and all that, but at least as an audio engineer, people are just gonna be walking by you and then doing all that. You may be like, why is no one paying attention? Well, then what are you doing? That immediately goes up to 6, but you're there for the job. Might as well back that down to something like a 3. Even
Nice.
though you're keeping an eye, something might go wrong. But the whole point is that me and my brother, we actually go for this thing called improvise, adapt, overcome. So
Say it again.
Yes, improvise,
adapt,
adapt, overcome.
Nice series.
So
Yes.
yeah, that's actually I think it's like from the Marines, and then like Bear Grylls kind of caught on with that. So after all of that, actually, even for the City College professor Christopher Brady, which actually is my big mentor from the time being, I really
Shout
thank
out.
you so much.
Mhm.
Shout out to you, and especially through all of that, it's been a major impact since then.
Nice.
And even though as like previously I was at A&R for a label called Neoluminum, and it was like a more underground label, but they were starting to grow as time went by. But because it's a lot of critical thinking, a lot of, I guess you say, future aspects as to what you're looking at from future artists. You're looking at for what the label is going to turn out to be.
And our mind has the ability to do that. It's our step number 3. What's the outcome of the picture with acceptance? We're looking at the outcome. What's this thing going to be like with acceptance?
Yes.
And then the frontal lobe kicks in and says, here's your possibilities. And it can tell the amygdala you're not in danger.
Mhm.
And so I am really excited you both came in today
Oh,
because
yes.
I'm really
Thank
proud
you.
of you for what you've learned about clear thinking.
Thank you.
So one thing we didn't touch on today is tell me what you've learned about the F's: fight, fright, flight, freeze, fawn.
Whoa.
Oh man.
Which
Okay.
F have you learned the most from?
Okay, for those reactions, I would say the next time I would freeze.
Mm.
Okay, but let's say I feel stuck in my legs,
Nice.
as though I always think of the past mistakes.
Yes.
Now I always picture this to move forward
Nice.
out in the nature. I just picture myself like out in nature in
Use
that way.
picture. Nice work.
Yes.
To break
And-
that
and-
freeze.
Yeah, to break that freeze and to not stand still.
Nice
but
work.
but if I were to fight, or if I were to go in flight response, or as if my soul's fleeing from my body,
Absolutely.
either that flight in that sense, or as in like I'd rather defend myself with my worth, my own worth, like that.
Wow.
And to look at this is something I like to bring up to, and to look at the landscape
Good
of the
word.
situation,
Good word.
instead of just nitpicking on only one teeny tiny detail of what is in there.
The whole landscape.
Mm.
Yes, the entire landscape. That's how I would like to put it. And you put it in very beautifully.
Nice work.
Might as well add 2 F's to that called flip flops, because I'm going to Monterey.
Oh, snap.
Okay, and another F is I'm still staying in Fresno. That's
Oh,
another.
That's another F.
And-
Yeah, that has its own connotations, doesn't it?
and another one, and soon when I get out of that university, that will be a major feat. That's what I would say.
Nice work.
Yeah.
Very nice work. Well done. Let's not stay too long on these F's because it might get a little more creative than we want it to on this podcast.
That's what happens when we get into it in our right brains.
So I thought it would be great if you guys came on because we end up having so much fun in a session. We get to some really heavy things, but I'm always delighted by your creativity of thinking. You both have great word skills. We heard some of it today. and your ability to keep the camera turned on you is really very inspiring.
Thank you.
With some limitations that your brain cells do. Think, Russell. So our job is to say, for all of us to look at turn the camera back on ourselves and say, what is our best states of mind in whatever situation we're in? And that's what clear thinking does. So check out our website, clearthinkingsolutions.org. We're going to be developing some online trainings. You can get my book called Brain Prayers, which is how to learn about different brain parts and then how we can actually pray for each other's brain parts. Because we pray for every other part of the body, but not that one. So that one's available on Amazon, called Brain Prayers. It's a great gift idea to give to someone else. So that's a resource you have. And then be in touch with us about what you're learning. If you're watching on YouTube, please comment to let Mr. YouTube know that we talk about valuable things here. So you've each got one.
And there's brainladypodcast.com.
Brainladypodcast.com. Thank you, Phil. He just made my podcast. My website.
There we go.
And it lists all of our podcast audio, and soon we'll list all the videos so that it's an easy way to, if you want to share it with someone else, just go brainladypodcast.com. So you each have 1 minute.
All right.
What would you like to say to wrap up our time together?
I'd like to give y'all a shout out for watching and listening. I'd like to give a shout out to my mentors, Margot Montoya, Mr. Richard Woods, among other mentors that I've had in the past. I want to thank you so much for supporting me in my journey, as well as shout out to our family, all of our friends that we have in our circle. Thank you so much. And even though at times we may feel like we're only by ourselves, but hey, we're not at the end of the day.
It's true. We're not alone.
Good wrap up.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. And for shouting out to all my mentors, Christopher Brady, Margot Montoya, then down for Emily Groove, Fresno City College, Knee Aluminum, Home Label, and of course from down the line, my family, my friends, and for all my colleagues, thank you so much for listening. And of course, I'll see you on the other side. Go Otters.
Go Dogs. Go Dogs.
Oh, there you go. Otters and dogs.
Otters and dogs.
It's better than where my son lives in Santa Cruz, and it's the slugs.
Oh
boy.
It's a little bit
Slugs? I didn't know that was there.
It's the banana slug. They're really into it.
Okay.
So thank you for joining us today. I hope you found some things about clear thinking that you can apply to your own life and that you can find to be helpful for you. Stay in touch with us. And meanwhile, sit up straight. Grab your exhale. We'll see you next time.
Yes.
Yes.